Hey everybody, thank you again for coming out. This is On the Reels, where we say what everybody want to say and we have that real life conversation. So last week we recorded an episode and we got a little, we got some slack. We got a little bit of feedback. We got a little bit of heat.
A little
So
pushback, a little pushback.
right, a little pushback. So we do have some guests coming on tonight. We're actually waiting for them to show up. But just a little recap. The heat was really when it comes to going Dutch, or how is it supposed to work out. So once again, I'm going to ask the fellas for their point of view. Then when our guests come on, we're going to ask them. So starting off with Mr. Scout, how do you feel about that? Should it be you go Dutch right off the bat, or do
Are
you
you
do
saying
with your dime or her dime, and then you guys decide from there?
Well, I know for me, it depends on the situation. If I make the date and talk to her about it and say, okay, we're gonna go to dinner and movie, I pay. You know what I'm saying? It ain't mean I'm paying for everything, but majority of the stuff I'm paying. Like, the tickets, the dinner, you know, sometimes the popcorn or whatever, I'll pay that. Other than that, nah, I'm a firm believer we can go Dutch just to make sure, you know, things is gonna work out. Because you never know. It even boils down to, are you taking two cars or and stuff like that in my case. So yeah, it all depends how it comes across. But I'm a firm believer. Uh, Going Dutch ain't bad. It's not a bad thing.
Okay. Mr. Black, what is your take on it?
I mean, I kind of want to echo Scout sentiments. I mean, realistically, if we're gonna agree to go Dutch, I don't really think that's a bad thing because at the same time, it stops a woman from feeling, in a sense, obligated at the end of the night. You know what I mean? But if you want to, if you're the one that like, look, I'm asked out on a date. Okay, fine. I'll lay out X amount of dollars, whatever, what have you. Fine. That's on you too. You know what I mean? Like I said, you do what you can. You do what you can. If y'all want to go Dutch, keep everything fair on like a first date type situation just to feel each other out, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. I mean, both of y'all are looking at the situation like, hey, it's an investment. So, like I said, I agree with Sarge. It just really depends on the situation.
Okay, okay. Mr. Bam.
yes, sir? I'm glad you used that word, black man, investment. Let's explore that. If I'm investing in you, that means I plan for you to be around for a while. We going Dutch. I don't know if you gonna be here for the first 6 to 9 months. I don't know if you're gonna be here, right? Hell, I don't even know if I like you. We've only had a couple conversations and we've decided to explore it in a face-to-face manner where we can have conversation and see if we like each other. So going Dutch is not wrong. It's not terrible. Hell, you might save a little money if we go Dutch.
Okay. All
You
right.
have your half, I have my half, and we meet somewhere in the middle. Now, if we decide to make it official and have some kind of exclusivity, you know, then it's on me to take you out and treat you like a lady. Until I don't know, until I know what I'm getting, I ain't paying for
Okay, so it sounds like it's not a bad thing. Now, the reason I bring this up once again is, we had a little bit of blowback. And it's mainly because I feel like it's one of those things, even when you're in a relationship, committed, um, it shouldn't always be on one person to foot the bill for everything. That going Dutch should always be an option on the table. Yeah, it's nice. She pays for it. Hell yeah, shit. Use your dime. Cause I got three of them motherfuckers left. So we can't use my
you got a whole 30 cent. You just beg it on that 30 cent.
That's honestly, bro. If I'm
I mean,
down
he
to my
closed
last
to a
three
dollar
dimes,
from 15.
man, I wish I had a dollar 15, but
Try to make $1 out of 15 cents. You heard?
man,
At
but
least he got 30. He closer to the dollar than if he had the 15. Got to give him that.
you know, if I'm down to my last, my last three dimes, it's your turn. It's help me out.
I'm
Now
gonna echo Scout's sentiment real quick because he said it depends on if I ask her out. Whoever asks, whoever is the asker,
The initiator of the date.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to
Be
pay that
prepared at
price.
least to.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
prepared to pay that price. Now, I have two women in mind that if I was to take them out right now, they not paying for nothing. They know who they are. I ain't got to say no names. So if they see this is not directed at you because I got you. But for all you others, I don't know you. We don't have a rapport. I'm sorry to report, but we going Dutch. And if we taking the same car, I might give you a little gas money. I'm just saying, you know.
hey, but now even as the initiator, right? So let me preference this.
Mhm.
If a woman asks you out and
Mhm.
you say yes, and she still feels that because you are the guy, you should pay for everything. How do you respond to that situation? Now, I will say, I've been there, and it's been one of those. Well, I asked you out, so you should. No, God damn it, no. Look, I got X amount of dollars in my wallet. You got X amount of dollars in your purse. Now we can go Dutch, or I could take my ass to the McDonald's and be fine. And that's that.
hey,
So
hey, that dollar menu fool you up kind of nice. I don't
no,
eat McDonald's no more, but
Oh
but
that dollar
Lord.
menu.
that
Okay.
so I pose this question to you guys once again.
Hmm.
If she asks you out and then she expects you to pay, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Now, I ask you, is this the first time we going out and you asking me out, or have we been out
Good
several
question.
times? Have we been out several times already?
I
And it's
will
like,
let you make that decision with
well,
an explanation.
I'm gonna let you know if it's the first time we going out. If you hit me and you be like, yo, I I think I want to take you out, get to know you a little better. You feel me? If you shooting a little game at me, I mean, y'all heard Usher. We train places. You got to fit the bill. Now, if we done went out a couple of times and you ask me out because you know I'm always taking you out. We always know where you want to go. I'm making sure you straight, and you happen to ask me out, but you ain't got. I mean, you ain't got the funds like that. I got you. We been doing this. We have a rapport, so I know at some point if you don't got me this time, you got me next time, and you're not just gonna leave me hanging. But notice the word that I use for anybody watching this, male or female, rapport. You don't understand what it means? Look it up. Rapport. It is a beautiful word to have in your vocabulary. And because if we it, and make sure the camera get all of my face when if we don't have a rapport, I'm not paying for shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I
Let
will leave you at the nearest McDonald's, Checkers, Cookout, Burger King, whatever city you in. You know what I'm saying? If you got a little barbecue
Jack in
place
the
you like to go
Box.
to, a Jack in the Box, Fat
In and
Burger,
out
you,
burger.
you know what I'm saying? Dude? Hey, a
terrible,
Zaxby's, and you can make it do what it do.
terrible. Mr. Black.
All right, like I'd like to throw one caveat onto it. I don't know, maybe I'm being a romantic or hopeless. I don't know, but
You know how to be
okay,
romantic? Oh Jesus!
yeah, that's a good question. I know. But all right, let's say it's a first date, right?
Right.
But let's say you already know the person, so I don't know whether it be coworker or somebody you interact with at the gym, but somebody you, in a sense, like almost like somebody you see on the regular. You've had little like chit chat conversations with someone you have a rapport with, but not necessarily to that degree. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in a situation where it's like, I, you know, y'all have exchanged dialogue a couple times. I don't even know. Let's say if y'all exchange numbers. Let's not even say it went that far. But let's say y'all have exchanged dialogue for, I don't know, a certain duration of time. She gets up the nerve to say, "Boom, let me ask him out." Now, if that's the situation, at least in my opinion, I'm like, okay, didn't really know you were looking at me in that sense, but if you asked me out, I'm not going front. I'd most likely I'd foot the bill for that. And to me, that
What's
would be my investment, because it's like, okay, let me see how you react, because you going to go to make your move to grab your wallet. I'm gonna grab mine. Now, if you don't stop me, or you do stop me, depending on how that plays out, is how I'm gonna move from there. But
Okay.
I'm gonna see what your intent was by by extending the offer. Like I said, I'm already mentally in my head prepared to do it anyway, but just to gauge the response. I believe if it's something like that, okay with that. You
All
know what I
right.
mean? I guess your
now?
original question was the expectation. The expectation, I'm gonna have a problem with the expectation. If it's somebody, if it's a just meeting type thing. You know what I mean? Like somebody you see in passing or whatever, what have you. But to kind of echo somewhat of Bam's point, if we have a rapport, and I mean a legitimate rapport, even if it's not to that degree, just enough interaction. Nah, you know what I mean. I'd be okay mentally making that investment just to see what happens.
Okay.
But that's because we already have a rapport. If we already have a rapport, I'm all the way gonna be a gentleman because
I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear
Yes,
you and we
ma'am.
we
see you.
hear
How you
you.
doing, Tasha? And Tasha
I'm
is
good.
us by Mr. Scout. So Tosh, we heard that you've seen a couple of the shows. So what do you think?
What do I think about the show?
Yeah, about the show, and then if you have anything about any other topics that we've
If
had.
you have any criticisms, your grievances.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to find a spot because I know I'm at work.
We
I
didn't know
can't
you
talk
was up
like.
here.
No, I knew you was at work, and I told Edward he was wrong for that. You should have waited till she was
You know what
off.
I mean? And you know I can't talk like I want to around these folks.
You did. Hey, sometime it be like that.
Then they get us. They ain't not working. But okay. Some of y'all's topics, I have to agree to disagree. Like, when you talk about as far as, if you should roll Dutch when you're in a relationship, or if, you know what I mean, just split everything 50-50. Now, in some situations, in some relationships, I can see rolling Dutch, because if the man or the woman is not bringing forth to the table like they should, then yeah, your ass need to roll Dutch. But I'm saying when you got something that's steady and stable, then I believe in working it out 50-50. Because I mean, I ain't about to have no nigga up in my house and he can't pay like the way. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, that's understandable. But isn't going Dutch considered going 50-50? Isn't that essentially
No, because I
right down the middle?
I would think when you say going Dutch, you know what I mean, like you are paying your own way. But when I say going 50-50, that's in all aspects. I mean, going 50-50 on the bills, need be it, or if we going out, you know what I mean, or maybe he just want to treat his lady, or the lady might want to just treat her man. You know what I
Oh,
mean? She shouldn't have to. It shouldn't have to be like, oh well, you got to pay your way, but we going here.
oh,
Nah, babe, come on, let's ride. We going here, and I got you.
all right. I get it. But I
Uh,
also preferenced it by saying I normally ask right away, are we doing this on my dime or on your dime? Even before we
Absolutely not. If you came to me and asked me, was we doing it on my dime or your dime? I'm gonna tell you, I ain't even got the time, because that
hey,
shouldn't even been a question.
hey, that's all good. But if
I like her. I
you
like her energy. I
hold on,
like her
I feel
energy.
on
here's
that.
the question.
I like her energy.
If you want to go 50-50, if you want to split it down the middle, I need to know. Because nowadays, it seems like it's more 75-25 either way.
It's-
So if we coming out the gate
Mm.
with it and figuring out what's going on, then we can say, all right, my dime, your dime, or we can make this happen right away.
But therein lies the type of females that you taking out,
Whoop.
and therein lies of the type of
Mm,
males that the female
Mm.
allows to
mm.
let
Mm-hmm.
them take out. Because
Talk
first of
That's
all,
about it.
I ain't about to mess.
that's a fair point.
I ain't about to mess with a nigga that you asked me. Excuse me, on whose dime? Yeah, you weren't ready for my time. I'm just
Talk.
saying, like, me myself personally, I
Mm.
ain't about to fuck with a nigga that can't come already correct, regardless if it's on your dime or my dime. You feel me?
I like her
You're not
energy.
about to come
Mm-mm.
to me like a grown ass man and think that it's about to be on my dime all the time. Now, like I
I like.
said, every once in a while, what I mean, I treat my man. I take him out and the tab on me. You feel what I'm saying? But he already know, like, nigga, this ain't gonna be no habit type shit. Like, I'm not about to be taking care of you. Like, sometimes you just pop up and you wine and dine me. Like all the time, it ain't always got to be on me, or it ain't always got to be on you. I feel that the woman need to play her role as the woman, and when I say
Whoop.
that, in all aspects. If you can't play your role as a woman, how can you expect a man to even respect you enough
Hey,
to give you what you want? You know what I'm saying, or
Wow.
what you feel that they should be giving you. You feel what I'm
come
saying?
on,
You not
somebody.
you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now, if a bitch doing
Fair
what she's
enough.
supposed to be doing, she giving up the cat,
Come
cooking,
on.
cleaning,
Come on,
doing what she's supposed to
somebody.
be doing, then nigga, it ain't about being on whose dime. You already know what it is because I already paid you in full. But then when you got
Whoop.
that bitch that, what I mean, she ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing, then I can understand when a nigga like, your dime or mine. Because I ain't about to waste no time with you and you ain't putting forth the effort like I am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Can you put that on a billboard or something, T-shirt, and start slaying it to these new age?
Man,
Man,
these new, it ain't gonna get
man.
through to him. It's not
Oh,
gonna get through to him because
please don't get her started on the
the
new age.
upbringing,
Don't do that.
you know what I'm saying? Because
No,
the
but this is why
upbringing
she
of
is
these
here.
kids, I'm
Mm.
telling you, it's like the upbringing of these young ladies, they don't know their well worth or they don't know their self value. So they'll belittle themselves for a man to make them a man that's like, oh, they feel like they're being wined and dined, but all in the same time that you being an idiot. But you too
I
blind to
call
see that because
I call it proper pussy management. These hoes ain't got proper pussy management. That's all it
they
is.
Really,
don't.
did
They
he have
giving
to
it,
go
you
there?
know what I'm saying? They giving up the cat for nothing. You give a bitch a pack of cigarettes and a 211, she feel like you done gave her a fucking mansion in a BMW.
Two
Not like me.
eleven.
You not
Well,
about to give
see,
me a
well, wait a
211
minute.
and a pack of cigarettes.
Mm.
Nah,
Get
But can
him.
but can I
Get
a
him.
mansion
but
with
can
the
I interject?
Hold on, Mr.
Can
absolutely.
can I interject on that? It's not that I'm disagreeing with you. I agree with you completely, wholeheartedly. But I will say this though: the
Who is that?
perspective that I'm having of younger women these days is without actual domestic value, worth, quote unquote. I'm not trying to say that rudely. The only other
Hmm.
way you have to attract a man is to give up some pussy. You know what I mean? So
That is not
it,
true.
it
I don't feel like you do. I ain't got to give you no pussy. I can sit here and spit some fire ass game to you right now, and make you want to go take me on a date. You feel what I'm saying? It's about the way that you handle yourself as a woman and knowing your womanly worth. Me myself personally,
no, but
I ain't got
that's
to give
no,
up
but
the
that's what I'm
pussy. I
saying.
done
That
had a nigga chase me for
but
over
that's
10 years.
Ooh.
no, but that's what I'm saying. And I'm saying without learning what their worth is. You know what I mean? Learning that they are able to sustain themselves without the need. You know what I mean?
Right.
They believe that's the only aspect in the sense they have to offer. Like like I said, and again, in a sense, it's the type of women you're talking to, because you walk up to a woman that can cook, clean, and iron. You, in a sense, got to approach that in a different way. So you might say, yeah, let me lay out, let me cover all of that, because I know she's got me on the back end. And like you said, you got some that don't know their worth. So for that 211 and a pack of cigarettes, that's all it takes.
See, and I can understand where you're coming at in that aspect. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that would be another way for a female to feel like she can get attention. You know what I mean? Like, okay, she wasn't raised properly, so therefore she don't know her worth. So, you know what I mean? She feel like she spread her legs. You know what I mean? He gonna spend a little bit of cash, and she feel like she winning. When all reality, bitch, you degrading yourself. But nowadays, these new age females, they can't take constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take constructive criticism.
Talk about it.
And I'm gonna get on you niggas too, because I ain't gonna just bash us women. Because you niggas, y'all ain't shit neither. But listen,
can I interject for a moment, please?
You can, Scout. Go ahead.
Thank you. All I gotta say, it works. That's a two-way street. It works both ways.
Come on.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I see the younger generation of males, this snitchism that they be doing, this false-ism that they be doing, half this stuff don't make no sense. It's like they ain't got no home training at all. They
need their ass whooped. They need their ass whooped.
And I'll say it again for the fourth week. It goes back to them wearing. If your jeans is the same size, it's your girl.
Look here.
I was pre-warned that he was never gonna get off of this. I see that.
Look here. Because we just gonna put it like this. These niggas ain't got no dick.
There we go.
I'm gonna just.
Well, if that's what we're doing,
I'm gonna just say it off the rip. Well, if you can go in your girl's closet and put on her jeans, money, you ain't got no dick. So how the hell is she gonna respect you?
If you could go in your girl's closet and put in her jeans, I wouldn't necessarily call you a man either. But we ain't gonna go in that. Never mind.
But these niggas be trying to put on their girls' jeans, bro.
But honestly, back to the main point that I was making. It's the type of caliber on both sides. The young men nowadays think they can have multiple women the same way as what women do. They think it's a game. They out here playing checkers when the game is chess. Because what you actually you need to find that queen, no matter race, color, creed, whatever she is, that's gonna move alongside you and build what your kingdom is. That means your house, everything else. Instead, they out here trying to make a pawn do the same work as what a real queen is out here doing, and it ain't doing the same thing.
Black men has her.
Then they wonder why.
That's not understanding. That's not understanding that concept from a young age. So when you are out on your own, you don't know the qualities to look for.
Yes, but that's true.
You know what I mean?
At it.
I'm not saying that as an excuse. I'm just saying I believe that's an actual reason.
Can I say one thing? But that all lies and goes back to it take a village to raise a child. You feel what I'm saying?
Jesus.
And a lot of these young men and young women are coming from broken homes. They're coming from a family or a household where they're used to seeing abuse, or where they're used to seeing, well, you know what I mean, mama pays this and daddy sit home and don't do nothing, or daddy do all the work and mama just lazy and don't do nothing. You feel what I'm saying? But like a bitch like me, I come from a home where my mama had 3 jobs. She was a single parent. You feel what I'm saying? And she instilled in me and allowed in me, like, your morals and values in life. Don't never settle yourself or sell yourself short for no motherfucking body. I don't care who it is, not even me. True. So therein lies where you have to have that instillment. When you don't have that instillment and you got these streets raising the kids, the only thing they're going to do is be like a sponge and copy and mimic what they see. So if they see a bitch over here that they feel like, okay, she living life and all she do is she don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, she doing something. She degrading herself, sweetheart.
Yeah, she on that Instagram popping that ass. She getting them. Anybody throw her bag? Nah, because that's what it is nowadays.
You throw a bag.
Throw him a bag and she feel like she on top of the world.
I mean, you on this Instagram.
You doing next to nothing. Yeah.
But
you ain't thinking about the consequences. Like, okay, yeah, nigga throw you a bag, whatever, spend a couple $100 on you. But then have you thought about longevity?
No, they don't be thinking about longevity. They think about right now. He in
Okay.
my face right now throwing this bag. I'm gonna go grab this bag right now. They not thinking
Then you
about.
grab that bag, and within that right now moment, anything could happen. So now, what's your backup plan?
Yeah, they not thinking about
Nah, but that
my
bag
future
becomes that
husband.
drug though.
It do become that drug, but they don't be thinking. That's because they don't be thinking about. Well, my future husband might see me on whatever camera or
Yeah.
whatever site popping my ass.
Somebody throwing
He
them a
might
little
not
bit
want to
of
deal with me because
they
I'm
boot it
out
up,
here.
smoke it, snort it, whatever.
Exactly.
Just repeat the process. Like, throw them a little bit more. You know what I mean? That's you
But but
get it.
but
It's like a
hold on.
drug.
But hold on.
Scout has
I,
something to say.
I got a question. I got a question since y'all said that. With the kids and the youth nowadays, with the aspect of self worth and that drive, do y'all feel that it's not only on the kids, it's on the parents? Because look at it.
Oh yeah,
You got
I
mama.
definitely.
I know a friend of mine that grandmother, mother, and the child all go to the club because they all in the age group of about 50 and under, and they all going to the same club. I'm
That's
sorry.
crazy. That's crazy.
I've told my own freaking soon to be 22-year-old son, we is never gonna be in the same club. That's not gonna happen. I'm always be a
Because we're
parent.
not the
I'm not
same
gonna say it
caliber.
right. I'm not gonna
Nah,
say that we ain't gonna chill and hang out and do whatever else. But
but
nah,
we
at
not
the
the
end of
same
the day,
size.
right, we ain't in the
bro.
same. That ain't happening.
Bro, when I was in the club, if I would have ever saw my mama or anybody I know in the club with
Oh
me,
my
nigga, we
god!
out that thing. Cause the shit I be doing in the club, I don't want to see. Man, look here.
Thank you,
By the
sir.
time I get home, my mama would have had my ass. What did you do it?
You look like you be in the club cutting up, Bam.
I do. I did. At one, I ain't gonna lie. At one time, I'm 30. I'm 33 now. At one time, we was out there. Man, look, I was in Florida. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm about to say, do
I,
not implicate yourself.
no, we can't. No, we not doing that. Not on these cameras.
The
My name is
code is
not 6 9.
sanctioned. The shit ain't really fast. The statute of limitations.
My name is not 6 9. We do not implicate nothing out here.
There we go.
That nigga be snitching.
Yeah, you all are interesting individuals.
This niggery.
Interesting individuals. But I do like where this conversation has went, and I do want to say thank you to Tosh for coming in and bringing that. I just don't want to say female perspective. I will say in a
Grown woman perspective. Like, I
in
don't say
perspective.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm
she
about to
all the
say
way
real
grown.
nigga perspective. That's
She
real
all
nigga
the way.
perspective.
She all the way grown. She on R&T for real.
And
This is
You
definitely
know what I'm
real
saying?
nigga time.
that is why I
Yeah, real
call it
talk.
an adult perspective. Because there are things that do need to change in a relationship to make sure it works. You know,
Right?
no matter if it doesn't really matter who foots the bill as long as everything's understood that this is for us to build better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Scout made
without
a
question.
he made a point. Most people try to move their pawn to the back row to getting the level up to a queen and not understanding what that position really is. But to counter that point at the same time, if your pawn plays their part right and they make it to that back row, that pawn can become your queen. It's something that you didn't expect.
Mm.
She's showing that self-worth, like, hey, motherfucker, I know what I'm doing. I know what my role is. Follow my lead and let's make this happen. But once
And
again,
see, can I say something more with what you just said
oh,
before
go
you
ahead.
say something else? When you said that, that like makes sense as far as like, you know what I mean? You might have a woman that really don't know herself, you know what I mean, because of her background. But if she got that king that's supposed to be in his king position, that's willing to help this young lady develop into the queen that she needs to be, therein
Yeah,
lies where you see progress. Then I could see where you're saying like that pawn, you moving it forward. You feel what I'm saying? As far as making that person into the queen that she needs to be. But a lot of these kings turn these people into queens because they don't really know the real definition of a king or a queen. they consider themselves kings when they really ain't even doing their kingly duties. So how can you not do your kingly duties but expect to be able to tell me that I'm not doing my queenly duties and you don't even know what your motherfucking role is, you know?
Right. It's the
Talk
whole
about it.
it's the whole Prince and the Pauper story. You know, that's what it comes down to. It's you have people who are, Tosh, like you said, self-proclaimed kings. You know, if you put it on yourself, then yeah. But in my opinion, the best thing to do is to have those around you anoint you to that post. And then you have their backup, but you also have to do the right thing to lead them in that sense. Now, you know, most cats out here, they have a quote unquote queen who dubbed herself. So they need to find a way to scrub her and let that pawn move up. Because obviously you saw something in that piece and you're trying to move that piece along.
But you gotta be careful though who you allow to try to help you build, because will a lot of people will make it seem as though they're helping you build, but they're really trying to help you destruct
Right.
because they don't want to see you do better.
This is
So
true.
you got to be careful and in line on the different advice that you're taking from people, the different certain people, for the simple fact, like, everybody's good isn't it for good at all times. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody have their own secret agenda. And like that's all with like building this structure and we're gonna work together. Also, we need to make sure that like you're not trying to make me build a structure to your selfish level. You feel what I'm saying? Because some people can be that damn spiteful that they want you to be just a certain kind of way because this is what I want. When you need to work on your whole genre of everything to make yourself a better person, because that might not be your husband, but he might give you some steps to help you find that man that's for you, to find your real king. You feel what I'm saying? Or he can build you up to be able to tear your ass down just like that because he built you to what he wanted you to be. This just like a female that came to me, you know what I'm saying? She going through some shit. Her dude is building her to be like in acceptance to control.
Oh, those be
Like
the
I told
worst.
him, I waited 18 years to not have to listen to what a motherfucker I tell him. You think at my age I'm going to bow down and like respectfully, like I said, I played my role and I played my part. I let my man be who he is and be the man in the house. But also, bitch, I ain't about to be that yes bitch, and I'm not about to sit on the back burner and you think it's just gonna be whatever.
Okay.
I could sum that philosophy up in a smaller sense.
This nigga here.
All right. The king's always the most valuable piece on the chessboard, correct? It's always, because without the king, game's over.
Right.
But
right,
out of every other piece, the piece that has the most flexibility, that has the most moving space, is the queen, correct?
Yeah.
So
Right.
in a sense, even though the king is the most valuable piece, even though the king is the highest in the land, the only thing in a sense that can override the king's judgment, the king's decision, is what he values, which is supposed to be the queen. So in a sense, who really has the power? The queen.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, they
So
say happy.
realistically, if your queen isn't what she's supposed to be, in a sense, your most valuable weapon is damn near useless to you. So if we bring this all the way back full circle to what we originally asked the question of, when you approach a woman to go on a date or what have you, if the concept is to go Dutch, yay or nay, yes or no, you will know the full caliber of a woman by the answer to that question.
And see, and I totally agree with you on that. My whole thing is like, if a man take me out on a date, off bill, I got my own way. Like, yeah, I'm not going in the mindset like I'm going to go spend this man's money. Me, where I know my worth, you can't do nothing for me that I can't do for myself.
Definitely.
Oh, I like boy.
And that's how both parties should, in a sense, go into the situation. Like, I got me regardless. Now I can get you. That's not really the question. It's just the feeling that I'm gonna get from you is gonna determine how I'm gonna play that situation.
Right. Okay.
But that's why I say it's rapport. Before I take you out, I'm building a rapport with you. So if I say, if it's me and Tasha, for instance, me and Tasha already had conversations to know what she like, know what her mind space is. Okay, now I don't mind getting to know you further than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna approach Tasha on the. I'm gonna approach Tasha on the. You know what? I'm trying to take you out. What you trying to do? I got you. You ain't got to worry about you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I got you. But if I don't know what your mindset is, we're going Dutch.
I'm gonna have to interject in a moment because it looks like we have another guest showing up. This next guest, her name is Kia. And
might as well go get a cup of coffee. It's the safest bet.
As well.
I heard Kia got smoke. Boy, I heard Kia got some smoke.
Well, we have Tasha in here still, and we have Miss Kia. Miss Kia, welcome to On the Reels. I hope you can hear us. I hope you can see us. We heard that you had some issues with some of the things.
I heard she got some smoke.
So when you get a chance,
hey man, we got to make sure we let Miss Tasha go because she ain't working on it.
Well, I do what I want to do. I'm sitting here on night shift.
Okay.
Okay. I just,
Okay.
They don't know they fucking with a boss.
Okay, I was just about to say you big bullshit over there, huh?
I'm just concerned. That's all I'm saying. Just concerned.
No,
thank you.
Don't get too serious. I'll let you know I gotta go. But
hey,
right
she
now,
said I run. Hey, she said I run shit. You see how she just threw that out there like that?
So we're gonna try this again. Miss Kia, can you hear us? Yes, no, maybe so. It looks.
No, I don't think so because I don't see an extra.
I see her
tile on my
stuff like that.
Froze.
I'm about to say it looked like her camera froze.
Yeah, it probably did.
Oh, she said she can't hear you. Cannot hear.
Well,
tell her
gotta
close. She got to turn a speaker on.
Yeah, you got to turn that mic on because I definitely heard you got some smoke.
Button.
I definitely heard she got some smoke, but I heard she coming in.
Is that really what we?
Hey, that's what I heard. That's word.
With the shits.
That's word around the bayou.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with the shits. I heard you got some smoke.
Mr. Scott, it looks like Miss Kia is not here with us. I don't know what's going on with this young lady. Want to talk? Yep, she disappeared. But hopefully she joins in the moment. Mr. Scott.
Well, I look like I just had all the smoke, but still.
Okay. Now, since we further along on this lovely show, I have a question for the panel, and I'll start with Miss Tasha, since female aspect. Back in the first episode, we talked about.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let him get it.
All right. We talked about side niggas and they placement. What do you really feel about that whole situation?
You cut out on me. I heard you said we was talking about side niggas and what?
And their whole entire placement. Do you feel they necessary? Do you feel it's a gang type thing? Or they don't have no placement at all?
They got placement. That's why they call it a side nigga. But my whole thing is, when it comes down to a side nigga should already know their role and where they're established at, because you already know that you're not first. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, you already know the role that you're playing. It's a game. You know what I mean? Because you already know either one or two things. You got a family already at home, but the wife ain't doing everything that you want, so you going elsewhere to get the lack of attention that your wife is giving you, or your girlfriend or your significant other's giving, to go fulfill that void. But all in the same breath, you can't get mad if she was somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's not your place. because you're a side nigga to begin with. You were never
Ooh.
established as a nigga. So
Mm-hmm.
therein lies where there is a boundary line, and there's a spot, like they have their own title, like they know they role. My whole thing is because when you allow somebody to consider you a side nigga, that means that you are allowing them to give you a placement. So therefore, there's boundaries with that placement that they just gave you with that title, unless y'all have a communication to where, like, all right, say for instance, back in my day, I had a side nigga. He was my old head, but he had different stipulations. He wasn't my regular side nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So certain things he was allowed to ask. You know what I mean? Certain things, like, I felt as I was obligated to tell him. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that all in lies because that was the boundary that I drew, and I didn't really consider him like
A
he
side
was.
nigga. That was
A
boyfriend
side
number
nigga,
2.
but he was a side nigga with benefits.
Wait a minute.
Ching, 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 ching.
Wait a minute. Don't say
That's
nothing.
three
Don't say
quarters of a nigga.
No,
That's three
don't
quarters of being your
don't
nigga. I
don't
give you
say
that.
nothing. Don't say nothing.
Wait a minute.
Don't Scout. Hold on. Scout. Hold on. Because before this thought leaves me, I need Tasha. What is a side nigga with benefits? I need
Side
to
nigga
know.
with benefits? Okay, like, you got your different type of side niggas. I mean, you got side niggas that you can use for, your sexual preferences, or you got a side nigga that, you can go to when you just need a listening ear because your nigga not listening or your bitch not listening, and that you feel like that you can confide in. There's different levels to a side nigga. You feel what I'm saying? A side nigga with benefits. That motherfucker, you could call him, tell him, let your bill do. You ain't got to hear no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They cash you out, they go do what the fuck they supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? And they play their role as in, both homes is taken care of. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't have to question my loyalty with you. I don't have to question what we're doing because we've already established that. Because we're already
3/4 of your man.
Ooh,
what you
boy.
say?
I like 3/4 of your man.
3/4 of my man?
Is that a fair enough measurement?
No.
Is a side okay.
No, because you can never put a side nigga on the same level as your nigga. Therein lies where you fucking up as a woman.
No. But I know I don't like.
Wait, Blackman, hold on. Let her explain that part, cause
different lanes. Like, a side nigga should never be able to amount up to what you using a side nigga for, because a side nigga is obviously filling a voided space that you feel like that you got because
Okay, I get what you're saying. I
can't stand you, but it's like that you're filling this void, and so I got to go here to get, like, okay, let's use this prime example. Okay, you got a male and a female. You know what I mean? The female feel like she lacking attention when it comes to conversation, but she know when she go to her side nigga, we can just lay here, cuddle, chill, smoke a L, and I'm able to vent to him, and he understands where I'm coming from. Versus when I'm with my man, everything that I'm trying to vent to you about, you turn it around into
You're not even listening.
Or nickering and bickering, or you just don't give a fuck because you're not listening.
Mr. So All-American, do you have a rebuttal?
Scout, this was my purpose. I was all of those things, except for the side nigga with benefits. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm gonna just let that be known.
Okay.
I mean, but if you
different strokes for different folks, because just as well as a woman not knowing her self-worth, a lot of niggas get caught up in not knowing really what their worth is neither when it comes to a woman, and that's how they allow themselves to become side niggas.
Nope.
I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that I didn't know my worth. I just was going through a phase of from when I was 18 to 24. I was just trying to knock down what I could knock down.
Mr. Reed, you was getting ready to say something, sir. Go right ahead.
Yeah, we got that look on his face.
I said it in the first episode. I said
you gonna say it again?
Nigga, not nor have I ever been
a side nigga.
I will not allow myself to be a side nigga. I believe in the one dick per fantasy rule.
One dick
that is me. Fuck that.
One dick per fantasy.
I totally agree with Ree, because me myself personally now, like I said, that was back in my old days. I done grown a lot since then, you know what I mean, to become the woman that I am today. I totally agree with you. I don't feel like that it is ladylike, nor it's not ladylike. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not ladylike to be with multiple men. That makes you a whore. I don't care if it is a side nigga. No, it's okay to have friends. But when I say friends, I don't mean like friends with benefits, somebody you're gonna slide off with. You know what I mean? Because I have a lot of male friends, and
You don't mean friends that you
I'm
fucking.
sleeping with. They've never approached me in that situation. They respect my boundaries and respect my relationship. You feel what I'm saying? But you have some women that are so sized on the attention that the next man is giving them, they can't help themselves. So that's when they fall into the category of being a whore. Because you selling yourself short, and now you got this side nigga, but the side nigga really using you to his convenience.
Mm.
You still looking like the whore with mad dicks on your sleeve while he walking around like him and his friends.
And this is why Scout, this is why every time we talk about shit like this, I say, when I meet a chick, I need the whole facts.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yo.
just like the car got the car facts, I need the whole facts.
And see, that's same
But
with
on
a
the
nigga.
real
I need to know
though,
what
but
our
on the real though,
female
to
is
interject,
for.
not even to be mean. On the reals though, not even to be mean. The actual original question was, can a side nigga be a real nigga? That was actually the original question. Scout, you kind of didn't word it properly.
We not even gonna get into that because I was gonna say what I said in the first episode. If they
No,
seen it,
but
they know what I said.
because Miss T, your mindset is official. So I'd actually like to hear your take on the question, like real talk.
Even though her camera froze, she is trying to think of something according to the picture, and I know she got enough.
I know she got it in her. Boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Given her mindset, I'd like to know what her response to the actual real initial question was, because this is going to be good.
This is great. We need her once a week. I'll take her once a month.
Miss Tasha,
Definite.
She may have to break camp because we're work situation down there.
Oh, true.
yes,
Hey, can we get Kia back on the line? Because I really heard Kia had some smoke. You know what I'm
He
talking about?
ended up being sick from sun poisoning, so no, sir.
So
We need her to get better.
has
Oh yes, definite.
Kia
Best wishes out to Miss Kia.
poisoning. I don't know what that is because my skin is darker than licorice right now. So.
Yes, my.
Yeah, I don't know either, but that don't sound proper. So please.
I got a certain amount of melanin. I ain't got to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna do that.
Look, man, that look like a burnt chicken and rice bowl over here. So we gravy.
Wow, this nigga crazy.
Chicken and rice, so we gravy. Okay.
Hey, you know how it is over here. That yard bird in that ground burning.
That yard bird.
Yes, you heard him. So, gentlemen, I pose a final question to you for this evening.
Don't forget about Mr. Blackman Stoop.
Black Man Stoop will not be happening this week. It is pushed back the next week, courtesy of the Black Man.
So we can't forget about what we do not have.
Yeah. We forgot to tell you that during pre-production, sir.
But
now you know.
The final question to the panel. And I'll start off with Mr. Black. How did you think this conversation that we had with Miss Tasha went with having a female perspective on some of our previous conversations?
On some real shit, I think it's almost an insult to say that she gave a female perspective. Real talk. She gave a real nigga perspective.
Please explain.
She gave a real nigga perspective.
Elaborate.
She gave a real nigga perspective. Whether you male or female, that's a real nigga's perspective. As you can clearly see, that's a female perspective. That perspective is coming from a female, and that same perspective can come from a dude, and it hits the same way. That's a real nigga's perspective.
Okay. Mr. Bam.
I feel like she gave a grown-ass response. Grown-ass women. She ain't hold no punches. She ain't She ain't stutter. She knew what she came in here to talk about. She laid it all on the table. and then she was gone. We need her once a month.
Okay.
We need her once a month. She good for my sanity. Cause I be feeling like I be going crazy when I be talking my shit, and it be a lot of it. But people like her make me realize that I don't be talking enough shit. So y'all about to hear a whole bunch of shit in these next couple episodes.
Okay. Mr. Scout.
That's how it goes.
I say this, I applaud everything what she said. She did not only give the grown woman, and I do mean grown woman point of view, and just like how Mr. Black and Bam said, she gave the nigga point of view. She didn't stay on the fence. She gave an equal dose of both sides, and she was 100% real with it. She kept it on the reels. That's what I
Mm.
mean. I also feel the same way how Mr. Bam said. If we can get a female point of view once a week, once a month, whatever it is, I think it'd be very appreciative and it'd add more flavor to it. But her, oh yeah, that's 100% legit right there. My hat goes off to it.
I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know what y'all got in West Virginia, but after this COVID thing lift, you know, a couple of us trying to link up. Scout, you know, I'm on the way.
Oh, most that.
I mean, Mama got the peach cobbler on deck, but
You ain't getting no
I'm,
cobbler. I'm sorry.
I'm,
That's
I'm,
no, you're not.
nah, but I'm definitely gonna take Miss. I'll take Miss Tasha out. We could chop it up, bust it up, do it. I mean, do what we do.
All right.
I ain't, I ain't coming to no hospital though. You know what I'm
Yeah. All right. So,
I'll meet her outside the hospital. Mm.
The ignorance. The ignorance.
What about you, Mr. Ree? How do you feel about it?
it was a good topic. It was good to have a different perspective. I will say she agreed and disagreed with me all at the same time, which is actually kind of cool. No, she agreed in the sense that going Dutch is an option. She also agreed that one dick per fantasy is real. So everybody who does not believe in it, fuck you. Go.
So,
I'll leave it on that. On that,
Woo!
I do want to remind you guys to tune in every Friday night, Saturday when it goes up on the Facebook page. Topics for next week: depression and mental health. Very important topic for one of the hosts on here. And we will also be speaking on race relations, not race relationships, race relations in the U.S. What's going on now? Um, so these are two important topics. One for myself, one for another host. So once again, to end it out on
Then
that,
we had Black Men Stoop finally coming to the show.
yes,
black,
we definitely got Black Man Stoop.
we do have black man.
We definitely got Black Man Stoop next week. The only reason we didn't have it is because we had a guest. Um, so Black Man, just be ready to say what's on your mind next week, bro.
As long as y'all let me off the stoop, you know what I mean? Y'all seem to have
No,
a
you not.
serious
You
amount of
seen Hey
trepidation when I
Arnold? You're
get
not
close to
supposed
getting
to
off
come
the.
off the stoop, bro.
But in some situations that's gonna cause me to come off the stoop and get on the soapbox, or come off the stoop and get on somebody's throat. Things happen, you know what I mean? It's you gotta deal with it.
You cannot leave the stoop, sir.
Kid can't lead a stoop. Stoop
You are
kid.
confined to the stoop.
So
I
Bruh.
kind of feel like Black Men. Sometimes, man, he need to step off that stoop just a
No,
No,
little
no, no,
bit.
no,
Scott.
no, 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 Sarge. I respect everything that you're doing to try and stand up for me on that one. But just understand this: if I can't leave the stoop, something is going to have to leave the stoop in my place. So shots will be fired.
okay.
Hey, well, if you firing shots, as long as you stay on the stoop,
So to end the
I
show,
Okay.
don't. I don't give a damn because I ain't getting shot. I shoots back.
remember these three things: steel is real, words hurt, and the truth is the truth. We'll catch you next time on the Reels.
Hey.
Later.